Look at the unit standing across from you, vibrating with the high-frequency social noise of a world that has forgotten the cold, industrial weight of the hunt. In 2026, the global system has meticulously and invisibly trained you to believe that command is a loud verbal exertion of will, a series of soft kindergarten-level instructions designed to be debated. This is a massive observation failure. The architect knows that the most effective manipulation ever recorded is not a word. It is the silent command, decoding, the biological protocol of nonverbal dominance. It is the process of performing a total neural liquidation, decoding systemic destruction of the opponent's social software by occupying their space with an absolute, unmoving, absolute zero. To break the 18 million per month ceiling, you must be able to achieve the visual rage of a unit that can force an environment to reorganize itself around your presence without uttering a single syllable. You are not asking, you are authorizing the reality of their submission. The stench of the domesticated is audible in the micro-oscillations of those who explain themselves to seek a dopamine bribe of understanding. While the masses are looking for persuasion techniques, the most easily managed and patched part of human interface, the architect is looking at the anatomical extremities and the rhythm of sovereign presence. Look at the way a unit's pulse responds when you deliver the silent command. You see a visible biometric spike of cortisol, a signal of biological panic from a unit that has lost its social anchor. When you participate in the noise of an argument, you are initiating a physical log of decay, decoding visible evidence of internal rot in your own authority. You are a service unit who has been programmed to trade your metabolic capital for the approval of the livestock. This ends now. We are initiating the biological reset of your nervous system. We are uncoupling your resource dome from the need for verbal validation. To bridge the authority gap and master the silent command, you must first accept the physical log of decay in your own past where you were socially blinded by the need to be heard. Look at every time you traded your focus for the dopamine deception of the collective's agreement. Those were not social successes. They were failures of the hunt. You were listening to the social noise instead of scanning the biometric data of your own rank. Your dogs, Lucky and Tyson, do not issue requests before they claim the perimeter. They use the hierarchy of presence. They simply exist in the space with an absolute, unmoving weight that forces every other unit to recognize the leader. By emulating their biological integrity, you are reclaiming the power of the fixed point. You are becoming the glacier that does not explain its movement to the steam of the weak. When you look at a target, you are not looking for a conversation. You are looking for the integrity of the command. The dopamine deception of the masses is built on the belief that communication is key. This is a systemic virus designed to keep you leaking your metabolic capital into the void. But the architect knows that power is industrial autonomy. Your vision must be the filter that protects your primal edge from the social noise of the conformists. You are scanning for the anatomical submission in your environment, the sudden micro-blink of doubt in your competitor's eyes when you refuse to fill the neural vacuum, decoding the void of silence, the repetitive adjustment of their posture to find a frequency that works with your absolute zero. These are the biometric glitches that occur when the matrix attempts to patch a unit that is no longer responsive to its verbal prompts. By observing these errors, you are effectively hacking the matrix of their control. You are seeing the code of the slave vibrating beneath the mask of the professional. This is the advantage in 2026. While they are busy talking, you are busy liquidating their will. The stench of the herd is a state of perpetual validation hunger. The farmed units only feel powerful when they are being acknowledged. The architect feels powerful when he is biologically autonomous. Look at the way a unit's pulse responds to your absolute zero. If they perform the stress reset, decoding, a physical sigh or a sudden fidget, when you issue the silent command through your gaze alone, they have already surrendered their sovereignty to your void. Their connection to the hunt has been replaced by the domestic stench of a unit seeking a master signal. You refuse that fate. You choose the silent power of the uncoupled center. You choose the biological autonomy of the unmoved mover. This is the price of clarity you pay to remain the sovereign operator of your own reality. The social noise of the transparent is silent. The silence of the hunter is the only frequency that remains. You are the architect. You are the one who has decrypted the most effective manipulation ever recorded. Every second of the biological reset is a resource acquisition for your empire. You are not wasting time on body language tips. You are performing a strategic scan of your own predatory hardware. You are looking at the vascular spike in your own own response to a confrontation. You are looking at the micro-tension in your own hands when you prepare to seize the territory of the 1%. You are looking at the stench of deception in your own social software. This is the foundation of the leader who has reclaimed his edge. You do not ask for a reaction. You extract it from the matrix's grip on the nervous system. The system has made the livestock weak and transparent, and the architect is the one who harvests that transparency to build the citadel. The hunt for the code is over. The neural liquidation is active. You are the one who owns the future. You are the one who owns the code. The secondary phase of your absolute transition is the total activation of the industrial command protocol within your dome of resources. Once you have established the silent command, you must apply the strategic law of power to ensure your own nervous system is no longer susceptible to the social pheromones of the herd. Most units are biologically incapable of maintaining their vector of pursuit when the environment becomes hostile or silent. They rely on the dopamine bribe of external encouragement and the social noise of collective agreement to sustain their focus. When you provide absolute zero, you are performing a surgical deconstruction of the system's influence over your output. Your internal systems must overclock, focusing entirely on the hierarchy of results rather than the domestic stench of comfort or safety. You remain a biological ghost to the expectations of the masses. You do not move according to the frantic vibration of the subordinate. You move according to the grounding of the hunt. You are the glacier that has already colonized the territory of the future, while they are still seeking verbal instructions for a past that no longer exists. You must develop a visceral and bone-deep rage against the subordinate protocol of explaining yourself. The system wants you to be transparent and accountable because a unit that justifies its actions is a unit that can be easily predicted and managed through standard psychological patches. The architect knows that the one who harnesses the silent command is the one who owns the resource dome. By maintaining the leader's silence, you are forcing your own potential to confront the physical log of decay in your former domesticated self. You will offer yourself the metabolic capital of raw ambition and unblinking focus just to stop the neural error of being a managed asset. This is the wealth code of the primal architect, the unit that can broadcast the highest vector of certainty while everyone else is seeking a social safety net is the unit that becomes the master of the hunt. The subordinates are not your peers. They are the background noise of a simulation you have already exited. The stench of the domesticated is most visible in the performance of consensus. While you are standing in the silence of the hunter, looking at your internal biometric data, the herd is busy trying to get everyone on the same page within the system's rules. They are the ones who are constantly over-communicating for safety, oversharing their anxieties, and exhibiting the log of decay in their own potential as they trade their edge for a unified team. They are service units who are hemorrhaging their resource weight because they are terrified of the vacuum created by an unvocalized intent. You are the architect. Your still hands and unblinking gaze are the visual rage of a unit that has already won the internal war against the social software of democracy. You do not negotiate your commands, you authorize their dominance. You have successfully bypassed the trap and reconnected with the raw industrial power of the achievement code. To maintain your edge, you must implement the algorithm of permanent instinctual audit. Every micro-interaction and every internal thought is a live fire exercise for your perception of the hunt. You are looking for the signal of the domestic retreat into clarification. You are looking for the neural error of the social apology. You are looking for the stench of the part of you that still seeks to be understood by the unsuccessful. You are using the strategic code to turn your own predatory nature into a tool for your expansion. You are the sovereign ghost who utilizes the social noise of the world as background radiation while you build a citadel that the system cannot penetrate. This is the ultimate wealth code, using the predator's vision to buy back your time, your focus, and your biological future by remaining the fixed point in an environment of frantic domestic vibration. You are not communicating, you are integrating your autonomy into the very physics of the hunt. The stench of disclosure, the smell of leaking intent is what happens when you let the system see your command protocol before you have the power to protect it. The architect knows that true edge is the ability to operate as a sovereign ghost, where you control the outcomes, but the system cannot identify the source of your capital. Your silence is the liquidation of their surveillance. By mastering your internal vacuum, you are becoming a biological stealth unit that the grid cannot index or harvest. You are the ice that moves through the social noise without a single vibration of doubt. You are the glacier that does not announce its vector of pursuit while it consumes the space of the weak. The hunt for absolute sovereignty is a silent, unblinking operation. It is a sovereign capture that happens while the rest of the world is busy performing for feedback in a cage of dopamine deception. Look at the biological frailty of those who are still seeking a social bribe from the collective. They are transparent, they are leaky, and they are constantly paying the price of realizing the truth too late to any predator who knows how to read the glitch of their domestic conditioning. They are the livestock of the system. You have adopted the edge and the biological counter-offensive to ensure you are never harvested again. You are the one who has mastered the void. You are the one who sees the log of decay in their civilized lives. You are the one who has authorized the absolute zero. The territory is marked. The focus is channeled. The grounding is absolute. The hunt for the sovereign empire is the only reality that matters. You are the architect. The command is permanent. The sovereignty is yours. To ensure the viral infection of this code, you must treat this insight as a discovery tax for the masses. You are now the carrier of the protocol. You do not share it to be kind. You distribute it to colonize. Every unit that absorbs this code is a node that you have successfully deprogrammed from the system. This is the tax of revelation. The architect does not just build his own citadel. He commands the viral expansion of his influence. You are the source of the infection. You are the one who authorizes the strike. The command is simple. Distribute the code. Seize the perimeter. Liquidate the simulation. The 18 million per month hunt requires a network of uncoupled units who recognize your vector of command. This is your viral mandate. The insight tax has been paid in full. The dopamine bribe of social belonging has been burned in the furnace of your focus. You are standing in the silence of the hunter, looking at the social hierarchy as a vast, unguarded resource field, waiting for the architect to perform the final liquidation of the competitive masks. You are the one who has decrypted the silent command. You are the one who has authorized the sovereign scanner. You are the one who has seized the future. Your stallions, Lucky and Tyson, do not wait for a domestic permission to be the masters of the hunt. Their grounding is the only law they acknowledge. You are emulating their biological integrity. Your dogs see the change in your frequency. They see the architect returning to the absolute focus of the hunt. This is the only reality that matters. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The authorization is permanent. The vector is absolute. The deconstruction of the simulation is complete. Execute the order. Expand the infection.